Sir, you've been moved to seat 35C. The boarding agent barely glanced up as she handed the slip to Arthur Langston. Confused, he paused. I was booked in first class, he said, his tone steady, low, marked by years of military command. I'm sorry, sir, there's been a change, she replied curtly, already waving the next passenger forward. No apology, no acknowledgement, no respect. Arthur looked at the flimsy slip in his hand, then down at the Medal of Honor hanging discreetly from his neck. A couple of passengers noticed. Most didn't. Some looked and turned away. He nodded to himself. He'd faced far worse. But this stung. With a slow, deliberate step, he made his way down the jet bridge, the soft tap of his cane echoing off the walls. At 83, he moved with the weight of memory, his spine straight but weary. He found his new seat, row 35, center seat in the last row. To his right, a college student in sweatpants scrolled through his phone, headphones in. To the left, a young mother bounced her crying baby. Arthur folded himself into the tight space, shoulders crushed, knees jammed. He didn't complain. He'd learned long ago that silence could carry its own power. But something in him winced. 8 minutes passed. Then a murmur swept through the cabin. Heads turned as a tall man in a charcoal suit made his way down the aisle, 2 flight attendants trailing. His badge caught the light. Mr. Langston, he asked gently. Arthur looked up. Yes? I'm Daniel Harlow, CEO of North Edge Airlines, the man said. May I speak with you for a moment? The plane fell silent. The college student pulled off his headphones. Passengers craned their necks. I've just been made aware of an unfortunate reassignment at the gate, Harlow said. There was a mistake, a significant one. I want to offer my sincere apology. It's fine, Arthur said calmly. No, sir, it isn't. Harlow lowered himself to eye level. You were booked in seat 1A. That should never have changed. I take full responsibility. If you'd allow me, I'd be honored to escort you back to your rightful seat. For a moment, Arthur didn't move. Then slowly he stood. The cabin burst into applause. A few passengers stood. One man saluted. A flight attendant blinked back tears. As they walked toward the front, Harlow leaned closer. Mr. Langston, your service, your sacrifice, it's more than worthy of respect. What happened back there? That's not who we are. That's not who we want to be. Arthur offered a faint smile. Thank you, son. That means more than you know. He settled into 1A, the seat he'd reserved weeks ago. The cabin crew moved with reverence. A blanket was draped across his lap. A small American flag pin was placed gently on his tray. Colonel Langston, a flight attendant whispered, her eyes shining. We're honored to have you. He nodded, too full to speak. Outside the window, the tarmac shimmered, not from motion, but from the heat behind his eyes. Faces flashed in his memory, men lost in a jungle, voices silenced by war, bravery buried in forgotten ground, a chopper engulfed in smoke, a medal that never eased the ache. And now, decades later, he'd almost been forgotten himself. Almost. But in that walk from 35C to 1A, something shifted. He hadn't demanded honor, but it found him anyway. As the plane began its taxi, the intercom crackled. Ladies and gentlemen, the pilot's voice began, we have the great privilege of flying today with Colonel Arthur Langston, Medal of Honor recipient and veteran of 2 wars. Please join me in thanking him for his service. Applause surged through the cabin again. This time Arthur closed his eyes, not for the recognition, but for the stillness it brought, the validation, the dignity. Because respect isn't about uniforms or medals. It's about seeing. It's about remembering the cost of someone else's peace, and about refusing to let bureaucracy erase sacrifice. This wasn't just about a seat on a plane. It was about a quiet restoration of something nearly lost. A reminder that in a world obsessed with upgrades and urgency, sometimes the most valuable thing we can offer is reverence. And sometimes, the deepest gratitude is spoken without a single word. If this story moved you, consider sharing it. And if you'd like to see more powerful moments like this, Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and leave a comment below. Tell us, where are you watching from?